What's up, everybody? This is a brand new YouTube channel, and it is called My Unimpressive Collection. The reason that it's called that is because I was looking through my records the other day and I was thinking, wow, I have an unimpressive record collection. Not a lot of rare records, not a lot of expensive records. I've always just kind of picked up records as I went along. You know, I've been into music, punk and hardcore metal, in particular, for the past 21, 22 years. So I've, picked up a lot of records, but never really into collecting, never trying to get like anything super rare unless it was like really, really important to me, like a Carcass record or a Youth of Today record or something like that. But yeah, that wasn't really ever my focus. So there's really not a whole lot of cool shit in there. But I was kind of going through my records the other day and, thought to myself, wow, like these records bring back a lot of memories. And there's so much stuff in here that I would love to talk to somebody about or share things about or, nerd out with somebody about. So I got the idea to do this from a conversation I was having with my friend Morgan from Minneapolis, who I also do a band called Sawblade with. Demo's coming out soon. Check it out. We had been talking about the What Happens Next Life's Halt split LP that came out on 625 and Youngblood. It was a split release. Came out in very early 2000s, if I remember correctly. And I was remembering that I had it, but I thought maybe it had either been stolen or somebody borrowed it. I distinctly remember somebody borrowing it and never giving it back. So I was talking to him about it and I was thinking, shit, I really want to go check my collection to see if I actually even still have that. Luckily, I looked through my collection and realized I did still have it. So whatever happened back then obviously had been resolved. Cool story, bro. But it got me thinking, like, that's like a stupid, boring, but funny story that I have to go with this record. There's probably a ton of things that I can talk about when it comes to all of these records that I have. So that being said, I'm going to kick this off. Each episode, I'm going to talk about a different record that I have in my collection. It's not going to be something that you've really given a shit about, most likely. But maybe you do. Maybe you do care about it, or maybe you'll find it interesting. Regardless, look, we're quarantined. I'm killing time here. This is a time for creativity and getting shit done. So here it goes. First record that we're going to talk about on episode 1 of My Unimpressive Collection is Mongrel by Think I Care. This is actually a 10-inch. I think I picked this up like shortly after it came out. It came out on Eating Rats Records, which was basically the label of the Think I Care guys, I think. Or like, the guys that went on to be in like New Lows and Riff Raff and R&R. I think it maybe the Shumsky brothers ran that, or maybe, the singer of Think I Care, forget his name. But I'm pretty sure that's their label. And then it also came out on Walk All Night Records, which was the dude that did Posy Numbers. That was his label. So, this Think I Care wasn't ever like huge. They were never like massively, they weren't like a big band or anything, but they were very, very popular and well respected. Honestly, one of the best fucking bands of the 2000s, easily. To be honest, they weren't very good live. I saw them probably 7 or 8 times, and they were pretty terrible live. But as like they went on, they got a little better, and like, people started to realize how unbelievable they were in terms of like songwriting and just like hard ass music. And so people started to like kill each other during their sets, you know, at least towards like the second half of their existence, which was pretty cool. Great band, just in my opinion, never very good live. Pretty sloppy and just kind of boring. Just stood there, sort of. But nevertheless, excellent band. And I believe that this 10-inch was probably the best thing that they ever put out. It's 8 songs. Actually, it's 7 songs and an intro. Actually, you know what? I'm looking at it now, and it's March of the Mongrels is actually more like an outro. It's like an instrumental outro. So it's 7 songs plus that outro. But most Think I Care fans can agree that this was like mind-blowing when it came out. Like one of the most pissed off, angry, hateful pieces of music that anyone had ever seen. Starts off with The Hammer, which it's an intro that basically I'm pretty sure they lifted from a Marauder song off of Five Deadly Venoms. You know, like that is most certainly taken from that Marauder song off of Five Deadly Venoms. I can't really think of what the name is, and you'll also notice like throughout this YouTube channel that I don't really know what the fuck I'm talking about half the time. I have like jumbled thoughts, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that part from this song, I don't really remember what it's called or what that dude's name is. I mean, you just have to deal with it because, you know, I don't really fucking care. Never really have been super precise, but at the same time, I'm like super into what I'm talking about. So you'll find like a nice dichotomy of how much I care about what I'm saying, yet I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about. So I also get sidetracked too. I don't even remember what I was. Oh yeah, so they lifted The Hammer off of that Marauder riff. I'm positive. Next song, Disease. Jesus Christ, man. The chorus is just I am disease. If you hate yourself or you hate everybody else, I mean, you can read that and listen to that and be like, all right, this speaks to me. But yeah, just unbelievably hard. I'm getting chills just thinking about it right now. Like it's like dun, 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 I am disease. Unbelievable. 52 pickup. I don't really know what that means. I'm sure that somebody else that like loves this band knows what that means. I mean, I'm sure the dude that wrote it knows what it means, but like the chorus is just like 52 pick up. I don't know what 52 pickup means, but it's some hard ass shit regardless. Choke, song that starts outside B. I will admit that my band, well, a band I used to play in Spine, directly ripped off the breakdown of Choke. And I will say that that is the hardest moment on this EP, album, whatever you want to call it. The breakdown in Choke, just, it sounds like smashing someone in the face with a brick until they're dead. Which would honestly only take like probably 2 or 3 hits at most to kill someone with a brick. But that's what that breakdown sounds like to me. It's just like... I'm actually humming the riff that I wrote for Spine that rips off that. I can't even remember what the riff is in the original Think I Care song. But it just... Oh no, now I remember. It's more like... Choke! It is the most violent, hateful moment that I can think of at this moment on an album. Of course, there's 100,000 other moments like that on amazing albums, just like this one. But, yeah, at this moment right now, that I'm declaring the breakdown of Choke to be the best of the best in that regard. Rotting Away, Scraps, I don't really remember what those songs sound like. I mean, this is an amazing album, but I'm not going to be able to... It's not like an Out Come the Wolves by Rancid, where literally every millisecond on that I can play in my head. Sorry, Think I Care. It doesn't work like that, you know, with hardcore. Unless you're like, I don't know, who the fuck. Let's say like Minor Threat. The Minor Threat discography, I can play every second of that. But even this album, which is phenomenal, I can't do that with. So yeah, those 2 songs on side B, I don't know. But yeah, the album ends with March of the Mongrels. Which is an instrumental outro. Super hard. Kind of reminds me of that part on that Negative FX album. It's kind of like a march kind of thing, I think. Is that Negative FX? It's got to be something like that. Well, whatever. But yeah, that's how the album ends, and it's cool. It's not the strongest moment on the record, but it's fitting. What can I say? This is each of these episodes is gonna be pretty short. There's not like too much I can say about all of these albums, but let's talk about the artwork. It's like a snarling bulldog that's... I don't even know what this... like how this really like forms into like a being. It's obviously, you can see the jaw with like the drool and but I can't find like a nose or an eyeball. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. But this is some terrifying shit. Mongrel. Look at that. Look at that artwork. That's just... well, what do you say about that? And then the artwork kind of continues on the back. I mean, this is just menacing. It's disturbingly like terrifying, violent, just total sheer brutality. And it's perfect. I love the way that the Think I Care logo goes down the side. They did the same thing with their self-titled LP that came out on Dead Alive, which I'm actually planning on reviewing and talking about in another episode, because that is also a phenomenal album. But yeah, everything down to like the recording of this is like pretty raw. It's not overproduced. You know, I actually heard a rumor that they didn't even master it, which is, you know, maybe like old hardcore lore of the 2000s or whatever. But I don't think that they mastered this, which is interesting because it sounds hard as fuck. But yeah, the recording is like that perfect balance. It sounds great, and it's not overproduced. It's just it just sounds like a hammer coming down on your skull. And the first song is called The Hammer, which is perfect. Yeah, everything from the recording to the insanely hateful lyrics to the artwork, everything about Mongrel by Think I Care was just legendary for its time. To this day, I would say it's top 10 of the 2000s. I don't know. There's not going to be anybody that disagrees with that. Like, how are you going to say that's not true about Mongrel? You really can't. What are you going to say? Like, oh, you know, that Have Heart record is better. Well, maybe, but you're not going to find 8 other records that are better than this if you feel that way. Think I Care, Mongrel, top 10 of the 2000s, unbelievable record. I'm wrapping this up now. You can expect more of these episodes. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe or like, I don't know, whatever you do on YouTube. I honestly have never uploaded anything to YouTube in my entire life. So don't subscribe. I don't care. Whatever. I'm just doing this for fun. Hope you'd enjoyed it. All right. Thanks.